And I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of background about what the Lionsgate is about and why we're gathering for it. So, we have actually celebrated this for eons as an Egyptian society. It corresponded every year with the flooding of the Nile River. So, this beautiful abundance that was coming onto the land. And the Syrian star, which is a fixed star, is like a sister star to our sun, and it is visible in the night sky during this portal. And the fact that it corresponds with Leo and that it also corresponds with the numerology of eight, which is infinity and abundance and magic manifestation, we have the stacking of abundance manifestation.
One up. If it was perfect, I'll come bring it out.
Sorry, 1 second. The activation of our abundance. And when we celebrate this, we celebrate it in community, which is a really beautiful way to bring things into fruition. And so we can all put our energies of manifestation together and send that out into the world. With this year, it's a really deep shift. It's been powerful. I've definitely felt the energy activation. I felt Kundalini activations. I felt more synchronicities. I felt more like lucid dreaming sort of states and messages from the universe and my guides coming through. And so, getting this connection to the sun, we can amplify our confidence and we can amplify our ability to manifest what we want to bring into our lives. And I have a feeling that since this is such a pivotal time, that this will be such an important thing that when we all focus on our manifestation and we meditate with the sun and we activate these gifts within ourselves of abundance is something that's going to be really transformational for the entire world. Because when we are all doing our work, I believe, if I was a politician, I would say, let's all go inward and do our work. And like everything will be better off that way. If we're all doing, like, I consider it like inner housekeeping. Like when I am around people a lot and I'm overstimulated, I really need that just inner voice just to hear my thoughts and not necessarily to ruminate or analyze, but just to feel them passing through the ocean as I breathe through them and allow myself to drop into a deeper knowing of the path that I'm on. And so if we all do this, we do this community and we do this intention and we all do this inner work, I see this as a really pivotal moment for us to move into our destiny. And I wanted to see if Jocelyn has something to add just about the general energies of this time.
Yeah, yeah. I think, it's a really powerful energetic time because we are in a really powerful Mercury retrograde and we're in a new moon cycle. And that moon cycle began with the Mercury retrograde. And in that is is Lionsgate portal. It's like we're like doubly energized, triply energized. But I think all for me, when I went into the Akashic records of today, it is about like taking in that Mercury retrograde, that in anything with RE in like retrograde, that remembering. And for me, when I was in the records of the Lionsgate portal, it's about remembering our original love, remembering our original soul, our original blueprint. And from that, finding the gratitude and manifesting from there. So it's like reconnecting back to all of the information that we have to remember ourselves, as these souls across lifetimes and all of that information. So for me, when I think of this Lionsgate portal, I have that word remembering. And the other two words that are in my head are that original love, the original love. So if you take a moment at some point to, like you were saying about the traumas, right, Shauna? You were saying about the traumas and this idea that if we can love into our life, even if there's traumas, if we can find the original heart of our life, and we can love on that, that is like the seed to manifest from. And so this beautiful finding and lighting up this sun from inside, um, but giving it the soil of our original heart. So that's how I feel this moon cycle mixed with the Mercury retrograde, mixed with the Lion's Gate. It's all this huge remembering of who we are as these beautiful star seeds, as these people that, these souls that have come in to bring light into the world. And it's very powerful, very powerful. I mean, like, I was on, like I said, I was on a vision quest when this stuff started happening. And I literally had a fawn come to me, not in my visuals at all. It was like a 2-day-old fawn, and sit and talk with me for like 15 minutes. There's so much beautiful energy coming in, and it's all to me. And someone had said new beginnings as well. This is a new beginning. This is absolute, this state right now is a new beginning. And as we go into that second quarter of the next quarter of human, the third quarter, yeah, third quarter of the human design, it's the quarter of duality, which is the quarter of relationship, right? And relationship to who we are, our original selves, our original light beings, our original love. Remember, there's like relationship out and about, but for me, when I really jump into this Lionsgate and this time particular, it's about the relationship I have with my original heart, and that being the most fertile ground for manifestation. So yeah, I'll just add that to what you said.
That's gorgeous. I love it. And I was just thought of every uh, painful endings are often disguised, new beginnings are often disguised as painful endings because we just went through this big portal of endings, and it was really hard for a lot of people. A lot of people were going through a lot of grief. And then now we have this beautiful opening, and this opening to the love of ourselves, of our true self. And it's like when you meet somebody and you see them and you remember them. You look into their eyes and you remember them. I feel that this time is bringing us towards this activation of our gifts that we've had in other lifetimes, in other dimensions, and remembering, like, often these like intense transits, I feel like more past life regressions. Like I'm going into this other timeline, like not just for the reason of going there, not to go into this delusion, but to unravel something and some karma that's stuck within my body, within my field, and allow myself to just move it out of the way. And so I can remember, I think that they say when you have trauma, like if you have a fall and you can't remember it, that's harder to recover from than if you actually have a physical memory and all you have to do is take that memory and like store it into the archives. So if you can't store it into the archives, it's important to create an alchemy around it so that you can do that. And that's a big thing that I work with, is working with trauma and helping people to file those things away so they're not so harmful. So I want to go into a little guided activation. So go ahead and drop in, make yourself more comfortable if you want to. You can turn your screen off if you want to. Know that you're here, and just allow yourself to settle into the space that you're in, just like you're saying hello. Saying hello to the chair, connecting your feet to the ground, allowing the softness of your heart and your solar plexus to meet each other and to settle. And allowing your breath to be like this watercolor painting that moves through your entire system, through your aura, and just softens the edges and blends the lines together so you have more entropy, into the greater expansiveness of I am, entropy into the cosmic love that exists everywhere, all around us, at all times, in all places, in all dimensions. So feel into the inner sun that you have within you. As without, so within. So we experience our solar system, we experience Sirius, we can experience our entire astrological chart of the collective inside of our body as a compass on where we are going, as a blueprint of what we have found, and just take a moment to see into that. You may not see it, you may feel a sensation, you may hear something. It may be very subtle, but just know that your system and the universe and God is speaking to you in whatever language that you're most fluent. So if you don't speak Chinese, you might not get downloads in Chinese. And just know that you are receiving it, whether or not you consciously are receiving it. And it may come to you through dreams. It may be coming to you kind of in a different, it may not operate in this time space predicament that we exist in right now. Feeling into that sun, the warmth of its glow, its rays, its radiation. Feeling into what is within you. That sun allows more light to come in, allows more of the darkness to be removed. And, you know, it's not about purging darkness, it's about just turning on one candle. And with that one candle, you can start to illuminate what's going on in the engine, in the machine. So allow your body to speak. Allow your heart to resonate on all of these levels. And just feeling this openness within that comes with this Lionsgate portal, this desire to just drop into more confidence, to drop into more of this I am, not I am doing, but I am being. And you might have a creature of the sun within you. It might be your inner child, or it might be an animal. So say hello to that being. Just observing how they dance, how they communicate with the sun, how they may grow or change with the sun. And feel how that resonates in your whole system to connect with that being. You may ask that being its name. Maybe if it's your inner child, it has a nickname or something that it's like, today, today this is me. And I work with light language, so I'd like to use a little light language. Lindo sim menayenda tunia hey. Shato na shutai no shato na shutoni yamaito. Shaniyo na na shatai no shiniyo maya. Shanaya. I said to Shana, Sanari to Yanashin, Yanashan, Mashin, Shadow to Tari, Tundai, to see you, the high of Makashi, the tie, the tie, the tie, the tie, the Sitan, Masa. Ha, 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 ha. You're shaking the tree that's coming from your spine and just allowing the branches to move. You can physically move if that feels right for you. Or you can move within your being, in your heart, in your mind. You can wiggle your branches, just shaking it out. And you can feel this frequency of joy that this inner child has locked in for you. It's stirring up this joy of being with the sun, of connecting, just like us as a child connecting with the summer, connecting with the glow, connecting with the ocean, just feeling that. Starting at the solar plexus, and you may feel like a green, like a deeper orange or a yellow as you resonate with that area. How does it want to spin? Notice how it wants to spin, how it wants to wake up. And that frequency of joy, it's almost like it's been locked in that sun, that it's just been kind of stuck in there. And this movement, this radiation is just allowing it to disperse itself and unlock this effervescence, like a champagne bottle being opened, like into the lower spaces of the heart. And this, we're moving up from the solar plexus, is kind of where this like inner compass lives. This is where we can connect more with our guides, with our intuition, with our heart, it's the Tibetan heart chakra. So we can connect with this space of, and it's often a place where people get really stuck. They get nauseous and they get really stuck because they might be stifling that inner joy that's coming through. So allowing that to work its way up through your body. And then we get closer to the heart and we let that fill with the joy, the nectar of life, and feel the sun and the Leo energy percolating through the heart, opening up this beautiful pathway, vision, for courage, for strength, for wisdom, for resilience. And also for boundaries, for not letting somebody else dilute your joy. And we're going to activate that fire. You want to let your breath speak. Please do so. Very primal and tribal to allow your heart to glow, to allow the rhythm of life to move through. Just creating this steam within you. And laughter, just the spirits of joy, the light beings, they kind of come in and intermix. When there's any fear or any trauma and things that are being released, they want to come in with this laughter and this silliness. And just imagine your heart filling up with this nectar, just like holding a baby, like you have this heart womb that's birthing your most wild ideas and whatever that you've been calling in right now, and especially things that you've been calling in since Sunday, things you've been feeling into, like what, whether subconscious or conscious, what am I ready for? What am I meant to be doing? So if you want to right now, you can visualize that. You can even write it down. And manifestation is very powerful if you physically write things down during the Lionsgate portal. And so just feel into what is being collective, what is being ready to move. You just stay present with the energies that are coming through your crown, from the sun, from Sirius, from your star family. Your star family definitely feels into you being here alone, kind of on this mission, and what you're needing. And when you acknowledge that, I have a star family and they're out there, then they're more able to connect with you than if you just kind of put yourself here as this, like, on this lonely planet, just that's it, that's all there is. I think I peeled back the veil of that a little while ago, and it felt really good just knowing that we're not alone and we really do have all the support. So just feeling yourself being showered by the light and the support of your guides, and that's allowing you to connect with the sun within your solar plexus and bring into reality to manifest those things into the physical as you ground them into the earth. And just allowing your body to be in a space of integration, of feeling those energies, receiving them, organizing them, just knowing that this is a idea that will be unfolding. You'll be connecting with the sun, hopefully, throughout the day in the next few days, and feeling into the downloads that the sun wants to bring you, and allow that to be your reality right now. And I'll share with you, I did get a download during this, and that was that we have this tribalness, that we're supposed to be existing within a tribe and within a family, but we also have this tapping into nature and then tapping into our inner wisdom. And so it's almost like throughout the day we cycle as the sun comes up and down. We start with this more tapping into nature, our inner wisdom, our womb. And then as we move into like lunchtime, noon, we start to tap into our community, our tribe, into sharing ideas, into taking that inner wisdom and manifesting it into some real actionable things. And then as we move into the nighttime, we kind of come closer into our own being, and we nurture ourselves, and we settle into the energies that we've cultivated, and we recharge. And it's never unhealthy, being in a tribe. You never feel depleted. You never feel like your energetic boundaries are compromised, because you always are flowing with nature. And Jocelyn, is there something you want to share?
I would say that was beautiful, and thank you. That was beautiful. One of the things that I was getting when I was in the records of the Lionsgate portal for today was that there's this, if you can almost, and I felt it when you were for myself when you were working through the meditation, but this like melting off the back of us, like just really relaxing the back of the head, the back of the neck, the back of the ribs, the back of the hips, the back of the legs, the bottoms of the feet, and like melting that down. It's almost like taking down our defenses. And so I totally felt that when you were bringing us through the meditation, 100%. And the other thing that I was seeing was this whole idea of allowing the blockages known, and these are important words, like asking for your highest, most aligned divine help, for releasing or letting go of the blockages, known or unknown, that you have in your highest and greatest good. And so one of the visuals I got was like to allow, and if you were to be outside in the sun, to allow yourself to lean over, let the sun hit the back of the neck and the back of the head, and almost envisioning like all of the blockages just draining out of your head, all of the blockages, unknown or unknown. You don't have to know them once you ask for the divine help. You don't have to know it. It's just in your highest and greatest good, allowing the sun to come in through the back. So that was one of the visuals I had gotten the other day. But I will say, you also said the writing, and I would highly recommend that everyone kind of, someone was speaking to me the other day about this, writing almost like a diary entry from this day, but in 2025, of how those manifestations that you put together today. Um, because when you write it from the future like that, it allows you to get down and dirty in your day. And to, so like Dear Diary, and, date it 8/8/2025, and write about your day, having these manifestations have come into being. Sign it at the end. It's like your contract with the universe, right? It's like that contract that you get to sign. And then when you take that, a lot of people with letters, when they work with words and manifestation, you fold it toward yourself. So if it's on your table, you fold it toward yourself and then go put it away and forget about it. Like the contract signed, like just go ahead and put it away. But writing absolutely can be, and doing it from that point of view, that future point of view, and allowing those little details of a day to enter into your mind can give you beautiful, it makes you think differently about what you're trying to manifest and how it can manifest. And when you put that in like a diary style entry, you're basically allowing your soul, the universe, to see that it's happening, right? This is how it can happen. And it's like, okay, well, I can do that. Right. So I love the idea of writing too. And I was going to do that. Actually, I was going to play with 808 tonight to write that letter. I was gonna let myself feel into everything today, and then like 808 tonight, gonna like write it, fold it, put it away until next year. So it's fun to do something like that, especially after having gone through this meditation. What came in, really and I would say spend some time letting this, when do we ever really let the sun come down on the back of our neck, especially if you have long hair, right? Like part your hair and let the sun come down on the back of the spine, the back of the head, yeah, the neck. And even releasing down and just letting all those blockages drain right out, known or unknown. Yeah, and again, it's going back into that, and I was thinking too, this back to the original heart, right? Sirius, the star, is known for the mystery school, the temples of the mystery school, where we all came through at one point and learned how to survive here and in this world for our work. And so on, Lionsgate, a lot of it also is about remembering what we learned in the mystery schools, remembering how to get through in our darkest hours. So again, I go back to that Mercury retrograde. There's a reason that this really potent 2024, 2 + 2 + 4, right? The 8, there's a reason it's so potent this year, along with Mercury retrograde in the most potent moment that it's been in quite a while. And so it's like this whole idea of remembering all of that information, remembering who we are, remembering our love, remembering our original heart. Yeah. So going into that, I think it's wonderful. I really loved that meditation. And yeah, it was wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. And I love what you said about melting the back of your head, almost like you have a like an egg yolk on the top of your head and just allowing it to just come down. I'm going to pass it over to anybody who wants to share right now. I'd love to hear from you.
I'll share. Can you hear me? Was that a yes?
Yeah,
Okay.
we could hear you.
I'm outside, so the internet's been fine. Thank you to you both and everybody. This was a wonderful way to start off this day. I'm really grateful for this beautiful group. What was really alive for me is that I finished my spiritual memoir 2 years ago on 8/8, and it's been more or less kind of sitting there. And I just got this complete surge of inspiration. I've been clear that I have an editor now, so it's time, basically, is the message that I'm getting, is it's time to get it edited and share it with the world. And yeah, my orca spirit animal definitely came up, which was great because I'm back on Woodby Island where I lived. I moved about 3 months ago, so this is a place that I cherish, and the orcas and the whales are alive here, and I hope I see some during my visit. But I definitely saw it with my third eye. I know they're around. I know they're just circling the island right now. So, or not circling, migrating, I guess I should say. But anyway, I just feel grateful because I know that I know that it's time, and it just really revealed itself in a more joyful, less of a, oh, I gotta get this done, and more of a like, yay, I'm so lucky I got, I have this work that came out of me to help single mamas and women going through divorce and all that. So anyway, that was what came alive. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We actually did an orca activation a couple weeks ago. It was really crazy, powerful, just to like channel the energy of the whales. And the whales are very interesting because they connect the underworld, or the spirit world, to this world. So the ocean is almost like a pathway to that, and we know so little about it. And it was really interesting, like to hear that like they're doing this message, and they're sharing this message with us. So I'm so happy you're over there like listening to the whales. That's so important. And anybody else
I
want to
will
share,
say,
please jump in.
I will say too, just the power of changing a few words, because for a while, I think someone had talked to me about like, oh, I was like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this, because that's my to-do list, right? And so the first level change is I get to, and the next level change is I'm blessed to. And I'm telling you, just those word shifts, what? I like, it makes me just happier to do something. Just change it, even if it's something I don't like to do. I'm like, well, I get to do it. Oh, I'm blessed to like clean the dishes, but I am, and like it's really crazy, just the change of word. So I'll just add that in there.
Yeah, I love that. And um, I've been